Humanity's first contact with the Zorani was anything but diplomatic. Captain Liam Carter stood on the bridge of the HMS Intrepid, his crew tense as the Zorani flagship loomed ahead. The alien vessel, a massive structure of sleek, dark metal and glowing blue energy lines, seemed to absorb the light around it, casting an ominous shadow over Earth's orbit. The Zorani had arrived unannounced, their fleet materializing from hyperspace in a show of force that left no doubt about their intentions. Humanity had detected their approach hours earlier, but the speed and precision of the Zorani maneuvers were unparalleled. Earth's defenses, though improved in recent years, seemed almost laughable in comparison to the alien armada. "Open a channel," Liam ordered, his voice steady despite the tension in the air. The communications officer nodded, and a holographic screen flickered to life before him, displaying the cold, angular face of General Thalar, the Zorani commander. General Thalar's eyes, a deep, unsettling shade of violet, regarded Liam with a mixture of amusement and disdain. "Humans," he began, his voice resonating with a metallic undertone. "We have come to evaluate your worthiness. Your weapons are ancient, your technology is primitive. You are but children playing with toys." Liam clenched his jaw, his blue eyes narrowing as he met the alien's gaze. "We welcome peaceful dialogue, General Thalar," he said, choosing his words carefully. "But do not mistake our desire for peace as a sign of weakness. We will defend our home." Thalar's lips curled into a sneer. "We shall see," he said, cutting the transmission abruptly. The crew of the Intrepid exchanged uneasy glances. "Captain, they've positioned their ships in a blockade around Earth," reported Lieutenant Maria Thompson, the ship's tactical officer. "We're completely surrounded." Liam took a deep breath, his mind racing. The Zorani were clearly testing humanity's resolve, and he knew that any sign of weakness could spell disaster. "Prepare for defensive maneuvers," he commanded, "and get me a secure line to Earth's Defense Command." As his crew sprang into action, Liam's thoughts turned to the months of preparation that had led to this moment. The United Terran Council had anticipated the possibility of contact with hostile alien species, but no amount of training could fully prepare them for the reality of facing a technologically superior foe. Minutes later, the secure line was established, and the worried face of Admiral Sarah Williams appeared on the screen. "Liam, what's the situation?" she asked, her tone urgent. "The Zorani have initiated a blockade," Liam reported. "They're mocking our technology, and I don't think they're bluffing. We need to prepare for the worst." Admiral Williams nodded grimly. "We've been monitoring the situation. All defense stations are on high alert. We'll do what we can from here, but your ship is our first line of defense." Liam understood the weight of her words. The Intrepid, one of Earth's most advanced warships, was still no match for the Zorani fleet, but it was all they had. "We'll hold the line, Admiral," he promised. The communication ended, and Liam turned back to his crew. "Thompson, get me a tactical assessment. I want to know every possible weakness in their formation." Lieutenant Thompson's fingers flew over her console as she analyzed the Zorani positions. "Their ships are incredibly advanced, but they've spread out to cover more area. It's a show of force, but it also leaves gaps in their defenses. We might be able to exploit that." Liam nodded, a plan forming in his mind. "Good. Prepare our fighters for launch. We'll hit those gaps hard and fast, keep them off balance." As the crew scrambled to ready the ship for battle, Liam allowed himself a moment of reflection. This was humanity's first real test against an alien power, and the stakes couldn't be higher. They were fighting not just for their lives, but for the future of their entire species. "Captain, all systems are ready," reported Ensign Parker, the young officer's voice steady despite the tension. Liam took his place at the center of the bridge, his eyes fixed on the looming Zorani ships. "All right, everyone," he said, his voice carrying a calm authority that belied the chaos around him. "This is it. Remember your training, trust your instincts, and let's show these aliens what humanity is made of." With a nod from Thompson, the Intrepid's engines roared to life, and the ship surged forward, leading the charge against the Zorani blockade. The first shots were fired. The battle for Earth's survival had begun. The Zorani fleet, shimmering with energy shields and bristling with weaponry, maintained their intimidating presence around Earth. The HMS Intrepid, along with the rest of the hastily assembled Terran Defense Fleet, held position, poised for action. The atmosphere on the bridge was thick with anticipation, the tension palpable as Captain Liam Carter and his crew prepared for the inevitable. "Captain, we're receiving a transmission from Earth Defense Command," announced Lieutenant Maria Thompson. The holographic screen flickered to life, displaying Admiral Sarah Williams once more, her expression a mix of concern and determination. "Liam, the Council has decided to attempt one last round of negotiations," she said, her voice steady. "We can't afford an all-out war if there's a chance to resolve this peacefully. You're to hold position and await further instructions." Liam nodded, though he felt a surge of frustration. "Understood, Admiral. But if they fire on us, we'll defend ourselves." "Of course," she agreed. "Just be ready for anything." The screen went dark, and Liam turned to his crew. "You heard the Admiral. We hold our position and prepare for possible engagement. Lieutenant Thompson, keep a close watch on their movements. Any sign of aggression, and we respond immediately." As the minutes ticked by, the tension on the bridge grew. The Zorani ships remained eerily still, their presence a constant reminder of the threat they posed. Liam's mind raced with possibilities, considering every scenario, every potential outcome. "Captain, incoming transmission from the Zorani flagship," said Ensign Parker, his fingers dancing over the console. Liam steeled himself. "Put it through." General Thalar's visage appeared on the screen, his expression as condescending as ever. "Humans, your council wishes to talk. We will entertain your pleas for a brief moment. Send your representative to our flagship." Liam's jaw tightened. "And how do we know this isn't a trap?" Thalar's smile was cold. "You don't. But if you refuse, we will consider it an act of defiance. And you know what that means." Liam glanced at his crew, seeing the uncertainty in their eyes. He knew he couldn't risk sending anyone else into such a dangerous situation. "I'll go," he said firmly. "Prepare a shuttle." "Captain, are you sure?" Thompson asked, concern etched on her face. "We don't have a choice," Liam replied. "If this is our chance to avoid a full-scale war, we have to take it. And I need you all here, ready to act if things go south." As the crew prepared the shuttle, Liam donned his uniform, checking his sidearm and ensuring he had all necessary data on a secure datapad. The shuttle ride to the Zorani flagship was tense, the small craft dwarfed by the massive alien vessel as it docked. Liam stepped out, flanked by two Zorani guards who led him through the sleek metallic corridors. The architecture was unlike anything he had seen, a blend of advanced technology and alien aesthetics that was both awe-inspiring and unsettling. They arrived at a grand chamber where General Thalar awaited, flanked by his officers. The room was dominated by a massive holographic display of the galaxy, with Earth highlighted in red. "Welcome, Captain Carter," Thalar said, his tone dripping with false courtesy. "I trust your journey was uneventful." Liam met his gaze, unflinching. "Let's get to the point, General. What do you want?" Thalar's smile faded. "You are bold for a human. We have evaluated your species and found you lacking. However, we are not without mercy. Surrender your weapons and technology, and we will allow your people to live as subjects of the Zorani Empire." Liam's blood boiled at the arrogance, but he kept his composure. "We will never surrender our freedom. If you think we'll just roll over and submit, you've gravely underestimated us." Thalar's eyes narrowed. "So be it. But know this, Captain. Our patience is not infinite. You have one final chance to reconsider." Liam squared his shoulders. "We will defend our home with everything we have. If you choose to attack, you will find us more formidable than you expect." The tension in the room was electric, the stakes clear. Thalar studied him for a moment, then nodded. "Very well. Return to your ship, Captain, and prepare for what comes next." The journey back to the Intrepid was silent, the weight of the impending conflict heavy on Liam's mind. As he stepped back onto the bridge, his crew looked to him for guidance. "Captain," Thompson asked, her voice filled with concern. "They're not backing down," Liam said grimly. "Prepare for battle. We're about to show them just how strong humanity can be." As the Intrepid's engines roared to life and the ship took its place in the defensive formation, Liam felt a surge of determination. The Zorani might have advanced technology, but they had yet to see the true spirit of humanity, and Liam was ready to show them just what that meant. The HMS Intrepid and the rest of the Terran defense fleet hovered in a tense standoff with the Zorani blockade. The air was thick with anticipation as both sides prepared for the inevitable clash. Captain Liam Carter stood on the bridge, his eyes fixed on the holographic display showing the positions of both fleets. "Status report," he commanded, his voice steady. Lieutenant Maria Thompson's fingers danced over her console. "All systems are green, Captain. Our fighters are prepped and ready for launch. The Zorani ships remain in a holding pattern, but their energy readings are spiking. It looks like they're charging their weapons." Liam nodded, his mind racing through strategies. The Zorani were technologically superior, but they were spread thin, leaving potential gaps in their defenses. "Prepare to launch our fighters. We'll hit them where they least expect it." The crew moved with practiced efficiency, the bridge a hive of controlled activity. The tension was palpable, but there was also a sense of determination. They had trained for this moment, and now it was time to put that training to the test. "Captain, we've detected a Zorani scout ship entering Earth's atmosphere," reported Ensign Parker. "They're heading towards one of our defense installations." Liam's jaw tightened. "They're testing our defenses. Launch interceptors and engage that scout ship. We can't let them gather any intelligence on our capabilities." As the Intrepid's interceptors streaked towards the intruding scout ship, the Zorani fleet suddenly came to life. Energy beams lanced out from their ships, targeting the Terran fleet. The battle had begun. "Evasive maneuvers," Liam ordered, gripping the edge of his command console. "Return fire and focus on their weaker ships. We need to disrupt their formation." The Intrepid's engines roared as the ship banked sharply, dodging incoming fire. The crew worked in unison, their movements precise and coordinated. The ship's cannons blazed, targeting the smaller Zorani vessels that had ventured too close. Explosions lit up the darkness of space as the first Zorani ships were hit, their shields flickering and failing under the concentrated human assault. Despite their superior technology, the Zorani seemed unprepared for the ferocity and ingenuity of the human counterattack. "Direct hit on their flank, Captain," Lieutenant Thompson reported, a note of triumph in her voice. "We've taken out 2 of their smaller ships." Liam allowed himself a brief smile. "Good work, Lieutenant. Keep up the pressure. We need to create an opening in their lines." As the battle raged, the Intrepid's fighters engaged the Zorani scout ship in the upper atmosphere. The alien craft was fast and maneuverable, but the human pilots were skilled and determined. They harried the scout ship, forcing it into a defensive posture and preventing it from completing its mission. "Captain, the Zorani are regrouping," said Ensign Parker, his voice tense. "They're focusing their fire on our forward defenses." Liam's mind raced. The Zorani were adapting, concentrating their superior firepower in an attempt to break through. "Divert power to our forward shields and return fire with everything we've got. We need to hold the line." The Intrepid shuddered under the impact of the Zorani assault, but its shields held firm. The ship's cannons blazed, sending volley after volley of plasma and kinetic rounds into the advancing enemy. All around them, the Terran fleet fought with grim determination, refusing to yield an inch of space. "Captain, our interceptors have forced the scout ship to retreat," reported Lieutenant Thompson. "They won't be getting any intelligence today." Liam nodded, a sense of relief washing over him. "Good. Now let's finish this. Target their command ship and concentrate our fire. We need to send a message that humanity will not be intimidated." The Intrepid's main cannon swiveled to lock onto the Zorani command ship, a massive vessel bristling with weaponry. The human ship's engines roared as it surged forward, leading the charge. The Terran fleet followed suit, their combined firepower focused on a single target. The Zorani command ship's shields flared under the onslaught, struggling to absorb the energy of the human assault. For a moment it seemed as though the alien vessel might withstand the barrage, but then with a blinding flash, its shields collapsed. "Fire all weapons," Liam ordered, his voice ringing with authority. The Intrepid's cannons unleashed a final, devastating volley. Explosions rippled along the length of the Zorani command ship, tearing through its hull and sending it spiraling out of control. The remaining Zorani vessels, seeing their flagship crippled, began to retreat. "Captain, they're falling back," Lieutenant Thompson exclaimed. "We've done it." Liam allowed himself a moment of satisfaction. "Hold your positions and cease fire. Let them retreat. We've sent our message." As the Zorani ships disappeared into the darkness of space, the bridge of the Intrepid erupted in cheers. They had faced a technologically superior foe and emerged victorious, proving that humanity's spirit and determination could overcome even the greatest of challenges. But Liam knew this was only the beginning. The Zorani would return, and next time, they would be even more dangerous. The battle for Earth's survival had just begun, and there would be many more tests to come. The victory against the Zorani had bolstered the morale of Earth's defense forces, but Captain Liam Carter knew better than to celebrate prematurely. The Zorani, though driven back, were far from defeated. They would return, and next time, they would not underestimate humanity. As Earth prepared for the inevitable counterattack, troubling news arrived. The Zorani had sought an alliance with the Drathari, a species known for their ruthless efficiency in warfare. On the bridge of the HMS Intrepid, Liam stood with his senior officers, the holographic display showing a new, looming threat. The Drathari fleet, though not as large as the Zorani's, was feared across the galaxy for their advanced technology and brutal tactics. "Captain, our intelligence indicates that a Zorani delegation is en route to the Drathari homeworld to negotiate an alliance," reported Lieutenant Maria Thompson, her expression grim. "If they succeed, we'll be facing two of the most powerful fleets in the galaxy." Liam nodded, his mind racing through the possibilities. "We can't let that happen. If the Zorani and Drathari join forces, Earth won't stand a chance. We need to disrupt their meeting and prevent the alliance." The crew looked to him, waiting for his plan. "Prepare a covert strike team," he said. "We'll intercept the Zorani delegation before they reach the Drathari. We'll need to act fast and with precision. This mission has to be flawless." As the Intrepid raced towards the rendezvous point, Liam briefed his team. They would be using a captured Zorani shuttle to infiltrate the meeting undetected. The plan was risky, but it was their only chance to prevent a catastrophic alliance. "Remember, our primary objective is to capture or neutralize the Zorani delegation," Liam said, his voice steady. "We can't afford any mistakes. Once we're in, we move quickly and efficiently." The shuttle launched from the Intrepid, its stealth systems engaged. The journey to the Drathari rendezvous point was tense, the crew silent as they approached their target. The Zorani delegation ship was just ahead, its sleek design unmistakable. "Approaching the target," whispered Ensign Parker, who piloted the shuttle. "Stealth systems are holding. They haven't detected us." Liam nodded. "Good. Let's keep it that way. Parker, bring us in close and prepare for docking." The shuttle maneuvered expertly, docking with the Zorani ship without raising any alarms. Liam led the strike team through the airlock, their weapons at the ready. The interior of the Zorani ship was dimly lit, its corridors filled with an eerie, otherworldly glow. "Stay sharp," Liam whispered. "We don't know what we're walking into." They moved swiftly and silently through the ship, their training and discipline evident in every step. As they approached the central chamber, the sound of voices reached them. Zorani and Drathari, engaged in heated negotiations. Liam signaled his team to take positions around the chamber's entrance. With a nod, they breached the door, weapons drawn. The room erupted in chaos as the delegates reacted to the sudden intrusion. "Hold your fire," Liam commanded. "We're here to talk." General Thalar, who led the Zorani delegation, snarled at Liam. "You dare interfere with our negotiations?" Liam kept his weapon trained on Thalar. "We can't allow this alliance to happen. It's a threat to our very existence." The Drathari representative, a tall figure with an imposing presence, stepped forward. "And why should we care about your existence, human?" Liam met the Drathari's gaze. "Because we have something to offer. The Zorani underestimated us once, and they paid the price. We're willing to negotiate, but not under the threat of annihilation." Thalar's eyes narrowed. "You speak of negotiation while holding us at gunpoint?" Liam lowered his weapon slightly, a gesture of goodwill. We want peace, but we won't be bullied into submission. Let's talk." The tension in the room was thick as the Drathari considered Liam's words. Finally, the representative nodded. "Very well, we will hear what you have to say." The strike team relaxed slightly, but they remained vigilant. Liam knew this was a delicate situation. One wrong move could end in disaster. "Earth seeks peaceful relations with all species," Liam began. "We've adapted our technology, proven our resilience. We're willing to share our advancements and cooperate for mutual benefit, but we won't surrender our autonomy." Thalar scoffed. "You expect us to believe that you can offer anything of value?" Liam met his gaze unwaveringly. "We defeated your fleet, didn't we? Imagine what we could accomplish together, as allies rather than enemies." The Drathari representative nodded thoughtfully. "The human has a point, General Thalar. Perhaps it is time to reconsider our approach." Thalar's expression hardened, but he remained silent. The Drathari turned to Liam. "We will consider your proposal, Captain Carter. But know this, any sign of deceit, and you will face the full might of the Drathari." Liam nodded. "Understood. We only seek a future where all species can coexist peacefully." The meeting ended with an uneasy truce. The potential alliance between the Zorani and Drathari averted for the moment. As the strike team returned to the shuttle, Liam felt a surge of relief mixed with apprehension. They had bought Earth some time, but the real challenge was just beginning. Back on the Intrepid, the crew welcomed their return with a mix of cheers and relief. Liam briefed them on the outcome, emphasizing the need for continued vigilance and preparation. Liam allowed himself a moment of relief. "Good work, everyone. Secure the area and gather any intelligence we can find. We need to know what their next move is." Just then, Lieutenant Thompson shouted, "Captain, we found something," her voice urgent. "Encrypted data files. They could contain valuable information about the Zorani's plans." Liam's interest was piqued. "Get those files decrypted and analyzed. The more we know, the better prepared we'll be. For now, we have our mission. We're launching a preemptive strike on Zoran Prime. Prepare the ship and notify the fleet. We move out at first light." The crew sprang into action, their movements efficient and purposeful. As the Intrepid prepared for departure, Liam reviewed the intelligence reports and formulated the details of the assault. The key to their success would be speed and surprise, hitting the Zorani before they had a chance to mount a defense. "Captain, our allies are confirming their support," Ensign Parker reported. "The Martian fleet and the Jovian defense forces are mobilizing to join us." Liam nodded, feeling a surge of pride. Humanity's unity in the face of danger was their greatest strength. "Good. We'll need every ship we can get. This is our chance to turn the tide." As the Intrepid and the combined fleet set course for Zoran Prime, the tension was palpable. The stakes had never been higher, and the fate of Earth hung in the balance. But Liam knew they had the strength, the technology, and the will to succeed. Hours later, the fleet emerged from hyperspace on the outskirts of the Zorani system. The vast expanse of space was filled with the imposing silhouettes of Zorani warships and defense platforms. The element of surprise was on their side, but the battle ahead would be fierce. "Captain, all ships are in position," Lieutenant Thompson reported. "Awaiting your orders." Liam took a deep breath, his resolve unwavering. "This is it. All ships engage the enemy. Target their key facilities and show them the strength of humanity." The fleet surged forward, weapons blazing. The first shots of the battle rang out, and the skies over Zoran Prime erupted into chaos. The Zorani were caught off guard, their defenses scrambling to respond. The hybrid weapons, a testament to human ingenuity, proved devastating against the alien forces. As the Intrepid led the charge, Liam's mind was focused on the task at hand. They had come this far, and they would not falter now. The battle for Zoran Prime had begun, and the future of humanity rested on their shoulders. The Battle of Zoran Prime had been fierce, but the Terran fleet's surprise attack had given humanity a significant advantage. The Zorani forces, though formidable, were not prepared for the ferocity and precision of the human assault. However, even as the battle raged, the scientific minds back on Earth were making strides that would further tilt the scales in humanity's favor. On the bridge of the HMS Intrepid, Captain Liam Carter watched as the Terran fleet systematically dismantled the Zorani defenses. The hybrid weapons, advanced alien technology combined with human engineering, had proven their worth. Still, Liam knew they needed to keep pushing the envelope to stay ahead. "Captain, we've received an urgent transmission from Dr. Morales," reported Lieutenant Maria Thompson. "She's requesting a secure line." Liam nodded, activating the secure communication channel. Dr. Elena Morales appeared on the screen, her eyes bright with excitement. "Captain Carter, we've made a breakthrough. I need to speak with you immediately." "Go ahead, Doctor," Liam replied. "What have you discovered?" Dr. Morales took a deep breath. "We've managed to decode the encrypted data from the Zorani outpost. It contained schematics for a new type of energy reactor and advanced shield technology. With this information, we can significantly enhance our ship's defenses and power our weapons more efficiently." Liam's eyes widened. "How soon can we implement these upgrades?" "We're already working on it," Dr. Morales said. "We've retrofitted several ships in the fleet with the new reactors and shields. The Intrepid will be next. This technology could give us the edge we need to not just defend Earth, but to take the fight to the Zorani and Drathari." Liam felt a surge of hope. "Excellent work, Doctor. How long until the upgrades are complete?" "Within the hour," Dr. Morales replied. "We've got teams working around the clock. I'll keep you updated on our progress." As the communication ended, Liam turned to his crew. "You heard her. Prepare the Intrepid for upgrades. This new technology could be the game-changer we've been waiting for." The crew moved swiftly, coordinating with the science and engineering teams to integrate the new reactors and shields. The atmosphere on the Intrepid was electric with anticipation and determination. They knew this technological leap could be the key to securing humanity's future. While the upgrades were being installed, Liam took a moment to address his crew. "This breakthrough is a testament to our resilience and ingenuity. We're not just surviving, we're evolving. With these new capabilities, we'll show the Zorani and Drathari that humanity is a force to be reckoned with." As the upgrades neared completion, the Intrepid systems hummed with newfound power. The enhanced shields glowed with a faint blue light, a visual testament to the ship's increased defenses. The new energy reactors provided a steady, potent source of power, ensuring that the Intrepid's weapons could fire at maximum capacity for extended periods. "Captain, the upgrades are complete," Lieutenant Thompson reported. "All systems are functioning at optimal levels." Liam nodded, a sense of pride swelling within him. "Excellent. Set a course for the Zorani command ship. It's time to put our new capabilities to the test." The Intrepid surged forward, leading the charge against the heart of the Zorani fleet. The enhanced shields absorbed incoming fire with ease, and the newly powered weapons tore through enemy ships with devastating precision. The rest of the fleet, also equipped with the upgrades, followed suit, creating a formidable wall of firepower and defense. As they approached the Zorani command ship, Liam could see the hesitation and confusion in the enemy's movements. They hadn't anticipated such a rapid and significant increase in the Terran fleet's capabilities. "Target their command center and fire at will," Liam ordered, his voice steady. The Intrepid's cannons roared to life, sending a barrage of plasma and kinetic rounds into the Zorani command ship. The enemy's shields flickered and failed, unable to withstand the enhanced assault. Explosions rippled across the alien vessel as it began to break apart. "Captain, direct hit on their energy grid," Dr. Morales announced. "Their power levels are dropping rapidly." Liam watched as the lights across Zoran Prime flickered and dimmed. The once imposing defenses now lay in ruins, and the Zorani fleet was in disarray. "All ships, hold your positions. We've got them on the ropes." As the dust settled, a transmission from the Zorani High Command came through. General Thalar's face appeared on the screen, his expression a mix of anger and desperation. "Human, you have made your point. What are your terms?" Liam met Thalar's gaze. "We seek an end to hostilities and the establishment of a lasting peace. Continued aggression will only lead to more destruction for both our peoples. Let's sit down and negotiate a truce." Thalar's eyes narrowed, but he nodded reluctantly. "Very well, we will negotiate. But know this, human, we will not be so easily cowed." The transmission ended, and Liam turned to his crew. "Prepare for diplomatic talks. This is our chance to end this war and secure a future for humanity and our allies. As the fleet regrouped and began preparations for the negotiations, Liam felt a sense of cautious optimism. They had struck a decisive blow, and now the opportunity for peace was within reach. The path ahead would be difficult, but with determination and unity, they could forge a new future among the stars. The negotiations began with both sides wary and distrustful, but slowly, progress was made. Concessions were offered, and agreements were reached. The Zorani, humbled by their losses, began to see the value in cooperation rather than conflict. Weeks turned into months, and the framework for a lasting peace took shape. The Terran Council, along with representatives from the Martian and Jovian colonies, worked tirelessly to ensure that the terms were fair and just for all parties involved. Finally, a treaty was signed, marking the end of hostilities and the beginning of a new era of cooperation. Humanity had not only survived, but had also proven its resilience and capacity for innovation and diplomacy. As Captain Liam Carter stood on the bridge of the Intrepid, looking out at the stars, he felt a profound sense of accomplishment. They had turned the tide and secured a future for humanity. The journey had been long and arduous, but they had emerged stronger and more united than ever. "Captain, we've received word from Earth," Lieutenant Thompson said, her voice filled with pride. "The Council has officially ratified the treaty. We did it." Liam nodded, a smile spreading across his face. "We did indeed." As the transmission ended, Liam addressed his crew. "We've been given a new mission, to lead the efforts of the Galactic Union. This is our chance to build a future where all species can coexist in peace. Let's make it count." The crew responded with a determined cheer, ready to take on the challenges ahead. The Intrepid set course for the Galactic Union's inaugural meeting, to be held on a neutral space station in the Luminara system. Representatives from Earth, Mars, Jupiter, the Zorani, and other allied species would come together to lay the foundations for this new era. The journey to Luminara was filled with anticipation. The crew prepared detailed reports, strategic plans, and diplomatic proposals. Liam knew that this meeting would set the tone for the future, and he was determined to make a positive impact. Upon arrival at the Luminara space station, the Intrepid docked alongside ships from various civilizations. The station buzzed with activity as delegates and leaders gathered for the historic event. "Captain Carter, welcome," greeted Zorani General Thalar, extending a hand in a gesture of newfound respect. "Your efforts have made this possible." Liam shook Thalar's hand firmly. "General Thalar, it's good to see you under these circumstances. Let's ensure that this peace endures." The grand hall of the space station was a testament to unity, with banners and insignias from all represented species. The delegates took their seats, and Admiral Williams called the meeting to order. "Today marks the beginning of the Galactic Union," she began. "We are here to forge a path of cooperation, understanding, and mutual respect. Let us remember the lessons of the past and work together to build a brighter future." The discussions were intense but constructive. Proposals for joint defense initiatives, shared technological advancements, and economic cooperation were debated and refined. Liam and his team played a crucial role, drawing from their experiences to provide insights and solutions. As the days passed, the framework of the Galactic Union took shape. A council comprising representatives from each member species was established, along with various committees focused on defense, science, trade, and cultural exchange. The goal was clear: to create a stable and prosperous galaxy for all. As they sailed through the stars, Captain Liam Carter knew that the future was bright, and together they would face whatever challenges lay ahead.